Hi, I'm Brian. Welcome to my hobby space. In this video, I'll help you make your first miniature. In this video, I'd like to take a look at some of the necessary tools as well as walk you through making your first miniature. So you decided to try making miniatures. Congratulations, it's a great idea. Welcome to a very positive hobby. Whether you're making your first miniature for a Games Workshop game or some miniature for another game, and there are many, here are the basic tools that I think you'll need and the steps you need to take to make your first miniature. There are of course more advanced steps in building miniatures, but I'll discuss that in a future video. Let's just focus on building one miniature. Let's take a look at the tools that I think you'll need. You will need a pair of nippers to cut the pieces off of the sprue. This is the one item that I recommend getting something good. I use a pair of Japanese clippers. They're flush cutting, and that works great. You will also need a hobby knife, some sanding sponges, although they are optional, and some glue. I use Tamiya cement, but you can use any super glue that's available to you in your area. There are many brands and varieties of super glue, and they will all get the job done. When getting started, adequate tools is just fine. Don't worry about getting the perfect tool set at the beginning. Just get what you need and get started. Next, let's take a look at the sprue and the instructions. I recommend building one miniature at a time, especially when you're just getting started. I always take a look at the instructions before I start cutting pieces off of the sprue. This is a good way to find any sections that look like they could be difficult to build. I usually only cut 2 or 3 pieces at any one time. I clean them with my hobby knife. And I lightly sand them with the sanding sponge. Dry fitting pieces together is also a very good idea. Once I'm satisfied that they'll fit, I put the glue on and I glue them together. Then I go over the joints one more time with the Tamiya cement. This helps hide any of the seams. And this is the number one reason why I really like to use Tamiya cement instead of some of the other super glues. I try to keep the number of pieces on my table to a minimum. That way there I don't lose any. You'll be surprised at how quick you can lose a teeny tiny little piece on a flat table. Keep repeating this process, and as you go, you might want to clean up any missed mold lines with your hobby knife or sanding sponges. You'll be finished in no time at all. There are a lot of getting started style boxes and miniatures on the market. Often, these are push fit miniatures, and these are supposed to make building simpler, but they don't really. These miniatures have nubs and corresponding holes on the backside pieces, and they don't always fit perfectly. This can lead to some big, frustrating gaps. I recommend tapering the nubs with your hobby knife. They are necessary, so don't go cutting them off, but they do need tapering to allow for some wiggle room. Other than that, these go together the same as any other miniature. Cut them from the sprue, clean up the mold lines, dry fit the pieces, glue the pieces together. Repeat the process, and before you know it, you've finished your first miniature. Take your time, get familiar with the process, and as you go, you'll come up with your own best practices for building miniatures. In the next video, I'll show you how to make a base for your miniature. Did I miss anything? Is there something in the build process that I didn't cover that you'd like explained more? please put it in the comments section down below. I always read them and I love getting them. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and keep enjoying the hobby. This is the first video in a series that I have planned on how to make one miniature. Please like and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any future videos.